Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Duet Ninja Dojo Live. I am the Duet Ninja. I'm here to explain shit. We're going to have a conversation today just about conversations. All right. Well, now we're going to talk about some happenings going on. My TikTok account and future endeavors in terms of the Duet Ninja and YouTube. So stick around, or we'll get started here in about 12 minutes. Welcome, enjoy the music, and hang out. Welcome to the Duet Ninja Dojo. What's up, Shane? Be right back, my man. Right, the people in a place to be. Back on it. All righty, righty. Yeah. It is. There we go. I was getting situated. Yeah, man. Welcome to the studio, aka the Duet Ninja Dojo. Oh, it's crackling now. Well, I swear. Hold on, bud. Okay. We should be better by now. Welcome, world. Thanks to my my studio assistant. Shane Lockwood out in good old Australia. Turn it down a little bit. There we go. I don't want to be shouting at you folks. Back up off the camera there. So, welcome to the Duet Ninja Dojo. I go by the Duet Ninja. I explain shit here and there. I also like to give out advice and just share my thoughts about things going on in the world right now. So, this live. Hold on, let me turn this music down as well. We'll do, good sir. We'll do. Turn this down. There we go. We'll do, Shane. We'll do. Yeah. So today I'm just going to talk about things that are going on in the world. Some things have changed. Some things have not. Some things have changed for the worst. But yeah. Welcome to the live. If you're seeing this and you're not part of the live, by all means subscribe. judging off of what's going on with TikTok currently and in a future sense. YouTube is probably going to be the only place you're going to find my content, and it is what it is. But I'm always trying to think ahead. Now I'm wired that way, and so yeah. So if you're watching this, thank you, and by all means subscribe. I don't do this for necessarily monetary return, right? This is me giving just information and sharing again, who I am and my thoughts on the world and things of that nature. Um, I'm a former high school world history teacher, a OJT coach for special needs kids, and I've been an entrepreneur over 10 years now in terms of voice acting and sound engineering, live audio, DJing, and things of that nature. But yeah, I have a lot of information I want to share with folks, and then I think what's going on in the world today requires a lot more compassion and empathy, which is going to come through communication like this. So welcome. But yeah, let's talk about TikTok real quick. So as many of you know, I have my TikTok account. That's pretty much where I got the idea to have a YouTube channel from. But that was years ago, like I believe 4 years ago, maybe even 5. Might have been 4 years ago. I started this channel, and that was when I had 40, 45, 50,000 followers, quote unquote, on TikTok, and that account got canceled. And as most creators understand on TikTok, the fallout from all these updates and changes, and TikTok being overtaken by by bot farms and things of that nature, and the Israeli government getting its hands on that whole thing, and it's just a big clusterfuck. And this is what happens when a lot of attention is on a platform and information is freely exchanged. It scares the hell out of people in power. So things had to be done, and it is what it is. That's okay. But from my perspective, my account on TikTok, I kind of did a redo or a do-over. A lot of people don't know I had an account that I brought about years ago, for about the same time I put up this channel, because I saw people being targeted when it came to their accounts on TikTok, and when they started getting a lot of followers and stuff. People were reporting videos and all this other BS. So I made an alternate account that a lot of people didn't know about, and so that account still existed. So what I did was deactivated my other accounts that have been up, and a couple thousand followers in each account, and I went live, so to say. I transformed that account into my current primary account. And it was funny. The first couple of videos I put up on there, 1,000 views, boom, like that. A couple hundred views in no time on my second video. So and now it's like so the algorithm has picked up on my either my visual or my habits, so to say, hashtags, things of that nature. So it's kind of going back to the way it was, which is funny. Because that account, when I converted it to my primary account, it only had 100 and some odd followers on there, and primarily people who I told about the account. But it hit the FYP like instantaneously when I did that. Until they figured it out, I guess. But long story short, if you didn't know, TikTok is going to have a US version separate from the actual TikTok, that is controlled by, what was it, ByteDance or something like that. And I do not, and nor should you trust that application when it comes out in March, I believe, of next year. It's I don't understand why people want to trust that. The individuals that are behind this application being brought to life, have some investors, so to say, that you should probably want to look into. I'm not going to talk about it on this video because Lord have mercy, Lord knows. But you should probably look into who's going to be behind the new US version of TikTok coming out in March. It's going to be it's not going to be very good. I don't think it's going to be. It's not going to be safe. So put it that way. It's not going to be safe to come up on there. If you haven't noticed, TikTok now is, it's almost a pay to play situation when you're talking about chipping away at the algorithm and trying to get people to engage your content more. Now I haven't been about engagement, but I'll be a fool to say that I didn't create on that application to not get viewers to see what I'm talking about, to engage the content so we can have a conversation. It has not been about monetary necessities. It never will be. That's a dangerous game to play, because I see influencers, quote unquote, who get paid off of TikTok just saying things just to get views, and you can read body language from some of these people, and a lot of these people, and they feel really uncomfortable doing it, but it pays. So I mean, it's the squeeze that people go through due to applications like that. So and this is kind of, again, this is a transitioning process, I guess you could say. Yeah. I noticed that, Shane. I mean, I very rarely even see the people that I follow. I'll engage their content. I know I follow them, obviously. And I'll look through the video or watch the video all the way through, like, comment sometimes, and I won't see them again for a couple of weeks. You'd think it'd be the opposite if the algorithm was relevant, I guess you could say, or independent of. But it's not. Just like everything else, man. Everything else that's man-made. It's hard to be organic when it's processed, so to say. But yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, that's what happened with my TikTok account. Again, I deactivated it. It's not deleted. So all I have to do is log back in and reactivate it. Okay, it's not deleted. So we'll see how that goes. I might just leave it where it is. I have some videos on there on draft, but I mean, I made the video, so I'm not necessarily worried about it. I mean, it came from here. Yeah. And Shane, I dig that too, man. You're really consistent with your YouTube stuff. I noticed that. And it's probably a wise thing to do, bro. It's probably a wise thing to do. Yeah. But anyway, so I'm gonna pull up just some basic what's new on the news type of situation. Let's see what's going on in the world today. Obviously, folks, MAGA's having a meltdown, going to the political realm here. I don't like talking about politics, but it's where it is right now. And so many things are hinging on, the the destruction of humanity due to the political climate. So I mean, I'd be a fool not to talk about it. But MAGA's having a meltdown over Trump, obviously, in this Epstein situation. And there are people out there talking about Epstein was Mossad. He was, some type of, potentially one of the other acronyms. Take a pick when it comes to surveillance, when it comes to blackmailing. But Trump is he has absolutely doubled down on that and really pissed people off. I don't know why in the world. Oh, you must be stupid if you, bro. And I said this on my TikTok account. If you didn't know, folks, MAGA is going to unite this country, which is why they're paying, the federal government's trying to pay ICE agents six figures and having like a ridiculous signing bonus, because they understand the coagulation, so to say, of of American society that's feeling the squeeze, right? Right, whether it's from immigration, whether it's from insurance, whether it's from the federal government firing people and taking away, warning systems and a whole bunch of different stuff. They see that the population of the United States is starting to actually look at each other a little bit differently. MAGA especially, because MAGA, you guys have pissed off so many folks, and the fact that you're doubling down on this crap, you have the audacity. I've seen some creators that are conservative talking about, now we're tired of, we're not going to take the corruption anymore. You put that man in office, and you're going to say that you're not standing for corruption anymore. One of the most corrupt businessmen in the country, way before 2016. See, this is why people don't take MAGA. Then we don't take you guys seriously. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I find that funny. Let's see what else is going on. Israel and Iran are still obviously, not necessarily bombarding each other, but Israel is, if I'm not mistaken, they're having some military operations going on in around the Syrian area, potentially going into Iraq, if that's the case. But when my thought process on the whole Israel-Iran situation, Iran has gotten under my nerves. And what do I mean by that? Iran clearly has precise enough munitions to get Israel to back the hell off of Gaza. They clearly have the means to get Israel to get the hell out of Gaza, for real. They could put so much heat on that on their population, so to say. They'll be more worried about saving their own ass as opposed to continuing this Holocaust. Look up the term of what that means. Okay, I'm not gonna put it up on here because YouTube is particular, as you know what is going on in Gaza. Well, I should say what has been going on in Gaza since December of 2024. Excuse me, 2023. Damn, God almighty. What has been going on has turned into a Holocaust. It is a full-fledged destruction and eradication of people. That is, there's no disputing that, folks. And Iran has the capabilities of making Israel pay for that. And they're not. Why? Because they don't want to piss off the US, which makes no sense to me. Iran has the leverage in this situation. They have had leverage in the situation and has decided to do nothing. Egypt, nothing. And again, I'm not being anti-Semitic. You have to put that out there, which is a ridiculous kind of gotcha moment. I don't need to be anti anything when I'm pro justice. I don't have to worry about it, whether or not you're a Jew, this, that, and the third. I don't need to worry about that when your actions explain who you are. Your culture, at this point in time, your culture explains who you are through your actions. Not your language, not your religious sect, your actions. And clearly, the government of that country and the people who support the government of that country are initiating and supporting a Holocaust, period. It's evil. When you stage these automated devices, drones, when you prepare these weapons to shoot children, we don't need to discuss this anymore. Your actions say everything. I don't care who you are. And quite frankly, the American government is not too far from that, based off of what we're seeing right now. It's ridiculous, man. I guess this is again. I guess this is where we are right now, and I find it extremely interesting that a lot of conservatives right now do not like the support of Israel. They do not. And quite frankly, folks, that kind of makes sense. What do I mean by that? If you know anything about the Anglo-Americans, so to say, historically, they never liked quote unquote Jews. Right? Never liked them. Especially if you're talking about a particular organization that wears a particular type of garb. Never liked Jews. Ever. So yeah. I find it a little funny. Not well, I guess a little bit, but I find it funny and kind of telling that, well, yeah, I'm sure you don't, considering you never did. So that comes back to what I was talking about before about Epstein. What type of leverage did he have on a lot of people? And if you saw, I got that list on my phone. Again, I have to be careful about what I show on here. If you look at Epstein's list of like the phone list or whatever, the names on that bad boy, I was like, God. But it makes a lot of sense now. One, why he's not here anymore, and two, why Trump is trying to shut that thing down. You know, that's the thing about wealthy people. They don't see long term because they don't have to. They hire people to see long term for them. Ultimately, they don't really look long term. They rely on people. People that are loyal to them, and then their loyalty comes from their financial compensation. Which Trump doesn't realize what he has done right now. Are they going to try to patch things up going into the midterm next year? Probably. Yeah, I'm just curious on how how serious he's going to take this. They're gonna be sending journalists, American journalists, to this Alligator, Alcatraz, and all these other places. And folks, Florida is not the only place that's built or in the process of building, plural, building these things. They're I mean, from the top down, I believe some might have been a senator, might be somebody at a high ranking position in the federal government as a Republican has been telling folks and pushing folks in red states, governors, to continue to build these things. Yeah, so this is what we're dealing with at this juncture. So yeah, let me pull up something real quick, man. I'm curious. I'm gonna share something with you guys real quick. All right. Well, this is 17 minutes ago. Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to mention this real quick. Boom. Boom. Yeah, Iran bomb damage intel suggests 2 nuclear sites were not obliterated. So yeah, going back to the whole thing about Iran and Israel, Israel never had the capabilities to do anything to Iran's nuclear program. But yeah, it is what it is. So let's go here. Let's look at some of the current news stories right now. Yeah, there's some conflict popping up in Syria. So I guess you guys heard about the that couple that was caught at the Coldplay concert. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was interesting. That was very funny. That was very funny to me. You guys see that shit? Hold on. I'm trying to get all these ads off of here. So, and sorry about my computer. I got a lot going on today. So let's share this, Shane. Oh, I have not seen the new Superman yet, folks. Shane asked me. I have not seen the new Superman yet, and I will. Because that looks like a really good movie. Now I did hear that he got his ass beat a lot in that movie. Which is actually, that's more realistic when you have a superhero dealing with something of that magnitude that it has to really engage. I mean, but yeah, I haven't seen it yet, Shane. I'm gonna see that bad boy. I really want to see it. I really see it in the theater too, because you can really respect the type of computer generated aspect of it and all that stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. That's controversial. I know growing up, superheroes didn't get their ass whooped, but now it's more realistic. People can't handle real. They can't handle the real. Yeah. Okay, so share screen. Here we go. Let's see here. Get that up. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Lord of mercy. Kids these days. Oh man, that's so funny though. That's just funny to me. That's just funny to me. Why? Well, apparently this guy is not. He does not have a fan club. Let's put it that way. So this happened in Foxborough, Massachusetts, 2 days ago. And this is talking about the TikTok video that has 23 million views, and I was one of those viewers. I was like, "Are you serious? Why is he acting like that?" Let's see. Now, folks, I don't really prepare. Right? I come on here and just kick it with you. So yeah, old boy's trying to sue Coldplay because his. He didn't say they can video him and all this other stuff. My wife and I were talking about that this morning. I was like, "What is he talking about?" Because she was like, "What the hell is he talking about?" I know, right? The venue that Coldplay was at brought them there. The Coldplay does not control the AV crew at the concert. Why in the world? Oh wow. Cancel culture, blah blah blah. Yeah, it goes into sleuthing. But they're really trying to protect the CEO, I tell you. That's hilarious. That was really funny. That was really funny. I know, right? Things that take your attention off of what's going on in the real world. Oh man. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. So much news going on, right? Oh man. Um, let's see what else is going on. Are we still? I believe we are still moving military personnel um, to get ready to engage in something in the Middle East. Um, I'm not quite sure how we're not going to do that since we have this administration and doing calling the shots. So, um, yeah. So, prepare yourself, folks, in terms of agriculture in this country for the prices on all these fresh products, fresh produce that comes out of this country, i.e., California. Prepare for those prices to go up. That's the thing about organic. Organic goods, they don't have a very long shelf life. So the usage aspect of it, that window is critical, which is why you need to have people out there that are picking it quickly. So you need people out there to, we're talking about hundreds of acres on one farm, hundreds of acres. It's going to take quite a few people, and it has to be consistent. Again, if you're dealing with tomatoes, cucumbers, fruits, I mean, it all requires some type of time that you need to really get that you need to get it off the plant. You need to get it somewhere where you can package it and get it to its location quickly. Um, so Americans, prepare yourself. This might have a ripple effect. Well, it's going to have a ripple effect in some areas, considering we export a lot of our produce. We import a lot of our produce from Mexico too. Um, yeah, prepare yourself, folks. If you're watching this video, you're in America, prepare yourself. Yeah, it's going to get ugly. Mm. Mm. Oh, it does, Shane. Oh, it gets explained why that happens. I liked it. It deals with social media too. Oh, cool. Okay. Okay. Yeah, these movies that are coming out now, man. They're really well thought out in terms of the the sequencing between the movie itself and what's going on in the real world, and that merging reality and art. It's amazing. And now you have this crazy graphics that go along with it, man. Gosh, I'm just glad that you and I both, and folks, if you're Gen X, things of that nature, even hey hell, even millennials, the way the graphics and technologies came along over these years is mind blowing, mind blowing. It was one of the reasons I never got a PS4 or a PS5. I never got anything over a PS3. It just it started messing with my equilibrium when I play, because when I used to sit down and play, bro, I was there for a couple of hours at least. And this was years ago, but I went to my friend's house and he had the PS5. And shoo, it was amazing. Yeah, amazing. But yes, ice raids, folks. Your produce is about to go up. And they're not just going after Latinos, right? They're going after Haitians. They're going after people from Thailand, people from Laos. Folk, if you don't have an American Christian name or a typical American name, be careful. So let me show you. Let me show you something real quick. And then this is crazy. This is really crazy. I'm gonna share screen with you guys real quick. There we go. Yeah. So what you see here, folks, is all these ICE raids. All right, Sacramento, Norristown, in Southern California as a whole. Thousands of Californians lost work after LA immigration raids. Citizens did too. This is something else that people aren't thinking about. And this kind of makes me wonder what's really behind these deportations. If you know anything about Project 2025, ladies and gentlemen, and the ultimate goal of that project is to disrupt not only the federal government but the economy, because that's going to reshape things. It's going to shake things up. It's like a man-made disaster, and these people want to take advantage of it. And it is straight fascism. They're gonna take absolute advantage of these mom and pop places that relied on immigrant workers, to keep their business going, to allow their business to flourish, which allowed them to hire Americans to do other jobs within that. Uh, it all relates, ladies and gentlemen. It all relates. When the wealthy don't have the upper hand anymore, they're going to shake things up, and they don't care who gets hurt. And this is what we're dealing with now. And people don't think about that, man. There's going to be a domino effect outside of the families being disrupted and defamed, right? It's going to truly affect the economies. One economy that's really going to be affected by that people really need to pay attention to is the state of California. The state of California's economy is relative to an entire country. The state of California's economy is amazing. Orange County alone, amazing. The numbers that are generated. And Trump can't stand California. Republicans can't stand California, even though there are plenty of Republicans in California. It's crazy. But yeah, these border patrol raids, and it's just going to get worse, folks. It's just going to get worse. A lot of this is going on in California. I mean, they were really heavy over there. Got one here in Jackson. What is that? Is that Jackson? Yeah, Jackson, Mississippi. Right. Yeah, look at this. Now, Jackson, Mississippi. Especially these red states, man, they're coming. There's a quote here. Quote: "Everybody who knows that this is wrong needs to step up in any way they can." Concerned citizen. It's crazy. Oh, what's up, Mark? How you doing? Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. These things are going to continue to go on until, like the individual said, until something happens. Until something happens. And I mean, while I'm here, let's see, salary and bonus pay. Let's see here. What are we talking about? Oh. You guys hadn't noticed about this? Okay. So let me read this real quick. Former President Trump over the weekend. So this is 2024. So he was already talking about this in October of last year. Getting bonuses and things of that nature. So this is already taking effect, mind you. Hold on, let me go here. How much do ICE agents make? Let's see here. All right, so yeah, this is 7 days ago, 4 days ago. Let's go with this one. This is the most recent. All right, so the Trump administration is moving forward with plans to expand the size of immigration and customs enforcement, also known as ICE. 10,000 new staff and one of the largest expansions of the agency in its history. So, because of the big beautiful bill, also known as the big billionaire bailout, as I phrase it, comes with significant incentives for recruitment, including salaries that can top 6 figures with overtime. So they really want people to go out there and push overtime to get these folks out of here, which is I don't think they got the stomach for it. I really do. I think these clowns are gonna they're gonna get a little too aggressive, and folks are gonna push back, and there's gonna be some type of conflict. And this is why you take care of your home base when it comes to politics, and not necessarily focus a lot of your attention on the federal government, because your local authorities are the only people that are going to be able to stand between you and ICE at the end of the day, because they're quote unquote federal employees. They're doxing that ass, man. They're already like, nah, we ain't doing this anymore, and my family is in danger and stuff like that. Yeah, you're right. They are. These clowns, man. These people, they don't understand, or they don't care. Well, and I made a video about this on one of my accounts that I deactivated. They're squeezing a lot of these guys and gals, but they're squeezing a lot of these folks financially to have to make a choice, and they're choosing the money, not understanding that money is not going to save them. I'm going to reference the Nuremberg trials. That money is not going to save them. It is not. There was nothing you can do about that. When you make that choice and you step across that line, you start snatching people up. You better hope the whole world is on fire, because if there's a coming to justice moment, that money ain't gonna save you. Canceling debt. Wow. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, Mark. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Son of a bitch. That's crazy. So let me read this right here. So you have former I'm gonna highlight this area here. Former acting ICE director Jonathan Fahey told Newsweek, quote, "The additional resources provided to ICE under the bill will be immensely helpful in securing our border by providing the resources to remove criminals and gang members." Why the hell you running up in Home Depots and construction sites and nurseries and schools and all this other crap if you're going after criminals and gang members? What you're wanting to do is go after criminals and gang members more, because that's a high value target that you have a hard time getting to. You're going after these soft targets: children, working folks, people who just want to have a good life, people who just paying the bills. This is where you don't understand. This is where you're screwing up. If you think these criminals are just sticking around waiting for you to show up at the door, they're not. Criminals don't care about moving and relocating and hiding. They don't care about that. So you're really going to put a lot of resources into snagging these folks. So you're going to continue to go after soft targets under the guise that you're going after criminals. It's all fluff. $165 billion in funding will help the Department of Homeland Security and our brave law enforcement. Bro, how is that brave? What you brave? How? And you could tell law enforcement, you could tell government officials as a whole do not listen to psychiatrists and sociologists, because there is one clear way that you stop crime and lower crime rates and things of that nature: education access to resources. Education, access to resources. Access to resources meaning a home, a steady job, food, just the basic stuff. It all coincides. It all coincides with lowering crime rates. Education, access to resources. Because if you look at the vast majority of individuals that are locked up or not locked up over violent crimes, they're not. So you're not going to tell me that you're going after criminals or things of that nature, and that's going to help. You're not going to tell me that brave law enforcement. No such thing. You're not that brave. You're walking around with a gun. That's not brave, bro. You're not brave when you have to call. You calling you call in for backup, and you got 20 squad cars coming in there helping you jump on one little teenager. That's not bravery. And that's exactly what happens in this country every damn day. Bullies. LEOs are bullies. Unfortunately, LEOs are again, they're the only thing between you and ICE. Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Anyway. Man. See, Marcus types, ICE apparently also pissed on a school because they were told to, yeah. ICE shouldn't even be at a school. If there are no adult representatives for the child that you're trying to talk to, trying to reach, you shouldn't even be on school property. Real talk, you shouldn't even be on school property. What? Y'all pulling up to that bad boy like it's gangs and criminals. Jesus Christ. Shane type, all of those Second Amendment people thinking that owning a gun to prevent terrorism. Yeah, where are they now? Where are they now, Shane? Where you at, MAGA? You be the first ones to call people cowards. And you're the biggest cowards in the country. You're too chicken shit to admit that you were wrong. You're too chicken shit to admit that what you're supporting coincides with fascism, coincides with the brown shirts. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw what happened in these town halls of people getting drug out. You really think you're an American citizen if you're getting drug out of a town hall? Jesus Christ. Sorry. There we go. I'm telling you, man. Mark, what'd you type here, bro? ICE apparently also pissed on the school because they were told to leave. Yeah. That's the one I just read. Yeah. And that drives me nuts, bro. That drives me nuts. Mm-hmm. Epstein is forcing them to face some hard truths. Yes, sir. Judging by how all this plays out with that situation and Trump, Epstein might mess around and become a martyr. Epstein might mess around and become a martyr, bro. Sick SOB. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. Yikes. But yeah. So yeah, folks, thanks for dropping in for the live. I appreciate y'all. This happens every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come through. We'll chat. We'll talk about things. We'll talk about real shit. I don't do fluff. I don't stage this big production type of situation. I'm here to have a conversation. And if you don't If you don't think I'm about that life when it comes to information, try me. I mean, that's not a threat, not a challenge, nothing like that. It's an inquiry. Yeah, try me. We'll talk. We'll chat. I have access to all kind of information clearly. So yeah. This is how it's going to be going forward. I don't have to worry about YouTube going anywhere. I ain't gotta worry about that shit. Oh man. I was out in the Good Trouble protest and someone had a conversation about it, which caused all of us to have conversations, and I was able to set some records straight. Word. Yeah, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. And Shane types. The irony is that Epstein wanted to live forever. Trump has immortalized him through denying the client. Exactly. I mean, if you put out the list, bro, we're done. Right? Just put it out there. We're good. Cake's closed. We're done. But no.
Oh, you guys are stupid. Why are you worried about some kind of Epstein? We're still talking about Epstein.
Oh boy. That's funny. That's funny. Hold on. Let me see here. He got asked on the tarmac and he just absolutely blew up. Hold on. Hold on, man. This is how we're going out today. Oh man, this is how we're going out today. Donald, sir, Donnie, Don. Daggum it, Don. Oh, hold on, man. I gotta play this. I gotta play this. Hold on.
Mr. President, your daughter-in-law said that there should be transparency in the Epstein case. Do you agree with her, sir?
The Attorney General's handled that very well. She's really done a very good job. And I think that when you look at it, you'll understand that. I would like to see that also. But I think the Attorney General, the credibility is very important. And you want credible evidence for something like that. Mm-hmm. And I think the Attorney General has handled it very well.
Oh, really?
What did she tell you about the review? And specifically, did she tell you at all that your name appeared in the
No. She's given us just a very quick briefing. And in terms of the credibility of the different things that they've seen. And I would say that, these files were made up by Comey. They were made up by Obama. They were made up by the Biden. We went through years of that with the Russia hoax, with all of the different things that we had to go through. We've gone through years of
it. Donnie, Don. Obama, bro. Obama, bro. Okay. Oh my god. So yeah, this is this is where we are, folks. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah, I don't know why he started coming after Rosie again. That was telling. That was telling. She wrote an actual like a reply too. Like that was, yeah. Oh man, we made it by Comey, by Obama, Russia. Another funny thing, Putin's like, "Hey, bro, you keep effing with Iran. I'm gonna show you something." I also find that funny. Yeah. This is hilarious. Bye, gang. I gotta head out. Yeah. 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, folks. Duet Ninja Dojo Live is the only place you're gonna get this. I don't do lives on TikTok. I don't do lives anywhere else. Okay. Right here, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have a conversation. You get to converse with everybody in the chat, and we'll just have a good time. Okay. Outstanding. Russia. Indeed. Y'all have a good one.